Hello, it's Steve with CarSmart, Niagara Falls, bringing you another low-mileage vehicle. This is a 2018 Kia Forte 5, 5 being sort of the body design, so it's like a 5-door, so you 4 doors and a hatchback. So nice, sort of popular. I mean, I love hatchbacks personally. I think they're one of the most practical designs, but it's still a compact car, gets great fuel economy. This particular one also has what they call the LX Plus package, so it's a package of really good features which we'll go over in a moment, but it only has 44,660 kilometers as it sits here today. One owner Ontario car. Looks like it was in the Toronto market and then just outside of Toronto, but anyways, all in Ontario. Clean history, Carfax is spotless, non-smoker car. And again, only 44,600 kilometers, so not much can go wrong that quickly. Well, I suppose you can get into accidents and this sort of things, but this thing is clean. So, 2-liter 4-cylinder. Normally aspirated. It's not a turbocharged model, because there is other models that do offer turbo engines in these. I always like the non-turbos personally. Better reliability, overall, less to go wrong in the long term, albeit at a cost. You don't have quite as much horsepower, but it's no slouch. 147 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque, all running on just regular gas. No need for mid-grade or premium fuels, which is certainly important today. It's got an overdrive automatic transmission with 6 speeds, with a manual, what they call Sportmatic shifting, where you can sort of put it into a manual mode. You can also sort of push a button and select from an eco mode, a sport mode, or a normal mode for drivability, and that changes also transmission shift points and things like power steering and air conditioning cycling, all depending on which mode you've set. It's going to just perform differently, so it's kind of driver personal choice, we'll call it. We have optional fog lamps, and that's part of the Plus package. I'll sort of quickly go through the Plus package options. We got 16-inch alloy wheels, so real stylish, sort of a diamond cut finish here with sort of a charcoal gray inlay. Very nice looking wheel. It has, well, of course, bigger tires with those. Those are 205 series, sort of wider 205, 55, 16-inch tires, and lots of meat left on those. You can see the tread left there. Plenty of tread. It has the fog lights that we just previously mentioned. Front wiper park de-icing. So this is at the base of the windshield, and we see this on a lot of the import cars, Toyotas, Hondas, etc. And basically it's a de-icing heater element at the base of the window. So in the wintertime, because your wipers are exposed, any ice or snow or freezing rain buildup, they melt off really very quickly within a minute or so that you're not hacking away with a winter scraper trying to free them up and doing damage. Heated front seats, 3 stages, so low, medium, and high. Got a bigger infotainment screen, 7-inch with touchscreen, high definition, full color. Premium audio with 6 speakers. That also includes Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you've all the smartphone integration to access your navigation apps, your preferred streaming services, etc. I've got my iPhone hooked up in there. We'll look at that in a moment. Also an LCD instrument cluster with a little info center and trip computer, so a little nicer display. And what else we have here? Oh, express down, auto up for the front windows, the power windows. It's a one-touch auto down, one-touch auto up for both front windows. Heated side view mirrors, dual illuminated visor vanity mirrors, a light or illumination of the glove compartment, and then also a rear view backup camera. You'll see that sort of tucked in underneath here. So all very popular items and stuff most people want. You'll see up top you've got sort of that rooftop antenna. So that is both sort of a GPS antenna, or not a GPS, but more of a satellite radio antenna, as well as your normal AM/FM antenna. And that's a flexible antenna, so if you put a rack on it or anything like that, it's not going to bust or bend the antenna. You'll see splash guards also on all 4 corners, front and rear wheels. Now this has anti-theft wheel locks on it, which would have been a dealer added accessory, probably somewhere in that $90 to $100 range as an accessory. It's got 2 sets of floor mats, keyless remote entry. Now with the keyless remote entry, 2 taps of the button will open all your doors, but if you only tap the open once, it only opens the driver's door. And that same function works if you're doing it manually with a key. If you turn the key in the lock cylinder once, it only opens the driver's door. 2 turns opens all your doors. So it's just more of a security feature. You're not opening your doors unintentionally when somebody could jump in the other side, carjacking and all those things that could potentially happen. Of course, your power windows, door locks, and mirrors are all lined up on the driver's door. You've got a nice big storage pocket with sort of a tall sleeve in the center there for tall water bottles, drinks, etc. You see down below, that's where your fuel door release is. So it's a locked fuel door. These just take regular gas, so there's no need for premium fuel. Okay, that's that didn't open there. Anyway, again, regular unleaded fuel, so again, no need for premium gas. You've got, of course, a height adjustable seat, and this is your recline function. Now, airbags, we've got 8 airbags total. So you've got side airbags in both seats. You've got curtain airbags extending over front and rear windows for both sides. And then we've got dual stage frontal airbags, one in the steering wheel, one above the glove compartment on the passenger side. When we say dual stage, these will inflate at different levels, 2 different levels, based on the amount of impacted energy that might be associated with a given collision. It's all designed to give you the appropriate amount of airbag support and safety without giving you too much. So we'll get a bit more into that in a moment. You'll see speakers in the door. That's the other sort of set of speakers you'll see right up on the upper dash. So those are a nice sort of a tweeter, a smaller speaker that's going to give you better high-end sort of treble frequency response. So, get inside where the air conditioning is on. It's a hot, sweaty day here. We've got, of course, your illumination. So this is controls the illumination of your dash. You'll see it up here. It'll tell you whether you're all the way up to the maximum and whatnot. But it's not only your dash lights, but all your radio and other displays. For nighttime, you can adjust that. Here we have vehicle dynamic control and electronic stability control. So it's really a combination of both anti-skid control and vehicle stability control, as well as all-speed traction control. And it's always on unless you sort of hit that button and turn it off. When you do so, you'll see a little amber light illuminating there in the center lower section of the tachometer. And there's really very few situations you want to turn it off in this kind of car. I mean, this is not a sports car where you're going to take it out and go crazy driving on a racetrack and drifting it and that sort of thing. So, but there can be a couple of unique situations in wintertime where you need to spin the wheels to get some momentum to get going. Because there's the odd situation, which I can explain better in person, that where traction control can sometimes work against you in trying to get up a hill or that sort of thing. Over here, of course, on our left stock, we've got all the headlight controls, and you'll see we have they're manually selected now, but normally you'll leave those in an auto mode and they'll automatically turn on and off. They also have sort of a park function where there's sort of a delay off. I think they call it an escort function in the Kia world, and it basically leaves your headlights on for I think 30 seconds after you exited the car and locked it, and it just sort of gives you that ability to walk in the driveway and get into the home with that courtesy lighting in play. Then you do have sort of typical sort of parking lights, which are used seldomly now. And then you've got sort of your fog lights on and off with that little rocker switch there. On the opposite side, we have our front intermittent variable belly wipers and our rear wipers, which also has an intermittent, but a fixed intermittent. It's about a 5-second delay, I believe. And you may have noticed in the back window there's a bit of a lip spoiler as well, and that helps reduce moisture coming up off wet roads onto the window as well. We have a tilt and telescopic wheel adjuster down here on the steering column. The steering wheel itself is a nice sort of sporty 3-spoke, nice thick rim, with little kind of hand holds at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, so that it'll hold your hands in that sort of proper driving position. And all the multifunction controls here, cruise control in this segment. The little page button sort of goes through that multifunction LCD display I was talking about earlier, and you can go into your service reminders and all the user settings, different settings for while you're driving. For example, you've got your speedometer, range computer, trip computers, A and B. So again, lots of different ways you can set that up. Other features you've got, well, I've got my camera focused here, you'll see fog light indicator over on the left, and as well as low beam. You've got the tachometer there with a engine temperature gauge at the very base. The tachometer is telling you your engine RPM, so right now we're revving, at normal idle speed of about 850 RPM. And then over here we've got our P, which just indicates we're in the park position of our transmission, and then again the little pages, those are what we were cycling through there for the information display. Over on the very right hand side, of course, speedometer with both kilometers and miles per hour being the inner scale, the small one. This is a Canadian car, so obviously kilometers are your primary scale, and then at the very base is your fuel. And of course there's warning lights for low fuel, etc., etc. So on the dash here we get into, as mentioned, the cruise control, the various functionality for that center console, or center computer I should say, phone controls, answering and sort of ending a phone call, and then you see the little voice icon. So this can be used for a couple of things. You can use it for voice controls for obviously Bluetooth phone, carrying on conversations, voice dialing. So whether you're using sort of Bluetooth streaming to hook up your phone, or you're using sort of the smartphone applications, both of them have voice integration. So I can hit that button and say, call home, or call your father, or call CarSmart, or however it's labeled in your contact list. It will recognize it through advanced voice recognition and place that phone call. And then over here we get into our various volume controls, a mute button. Mode is going to switch it between AM, FM, satellite radio, MP3 playing, etc. And then you can change song or track selections, or change stations with your radio with that button as well. You'll notice all four of these sort of dash vents have sort of individual sort of flow controls. You've got side window demisting both here for the big window, and another smaller one there for that little wee window. And those really give you very good visibility. You can see it over there, just less blind spots. And then now previous owner has put on these sort of adjustable, what they call convex mirrors, so you can adjust these accordingly depending on your mirror position, and it just gives you a wider field of vision. If you don't like it, we can take them off easy. You just need a heat gun and a plastic scraper to take it off, and we can remove them if you don't care for it. Moving along, we've got indicators up top there for passenger airbag on or off. You can see it's off now, and of course your digital clock and settings for that clock. Now getting back to that passenger airbag on off, it's what they call a classification sensor. The sensor is built right into the seat itself, and it reads the weight of the occupant. If the occupant, instead of around 90 pounds or less, it's going to leave that airbag off because it's sensing that it's either a very small adult or a child or a young teen. And airbags are designed for adults, so it's not as safe to have them sitting up front with airbags. So if you have a need to put a youngster up front, it's going to automatically turn off the airbag, and the indicators there to let you know that. Keys, we've got two keys for it. So one smart key here, another one down below here. These are kind of like what they call a switchblade key. So you push the button and that just snaps out, and away you go. All the books and manuals are here. Anti-theft wheel lock key is there. And those are the original wheel nuts if you wanted to take them off. And then we've got a Carfax history report here, as you can see, and it's a clean, no accident, no damage record report. Good service history, say in Ontario, mostly at Kia dealers, and so it's all good. And of course all the books and manuals, including the projection guide. So that's for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Then you got a quick reference and a larger multimedia system guide, and then your manuals and warranty booklets. So down below here we do have sort of a roll top cover over that sort of center console. See where I have my phone plugged in. I'll just sort of pull it back and you can get an idea. We've got two 12-volt power sockets. We've got an auxiliary audio input plug and a USB plug where you can plug your phone in, but you could also use that for input of other MP3 players like an iPod or that sort of thing, even USB sticks, so multiple ways to feed media in. Now with the CarPlay, you can see the big screen there now. So right now we're on sort of a dual screen where we've got both media and your maps. So if I go back to the sort of the home screen, hit the wrong button there. Sorry. What's going on here? There we go. That's the home screen. So then you can swipe across here with various apps on your phone. So if you wanted to go into, you know, music selections and your playlists, etc., you can gather them all from there. You know, map screens, again, I often use Google Maps, but sometimes I'll use Waze if I'm in Toronto or other sort of metro areas. I find they're a little easier to follow. You know, one nice thing I like about Google is you can get those satellite image overlays on your street, so you can see those tall buildings and water towers and parks and green space, etc. So it just makes it easier sometimes to navigate. Of course, putting the vehicle into reverse, you've got that nice big color backup camera, and it's really high definition, nice and clean. And of course you've got that sort of parking guidelines there, which give you a distance marker. The red marker sort of tells you you're about 12 inches from touching that object. Then you've got the standard buttons here for your AM, FM, seek and track, and your app controls, Sirius XM. On that note, we can also set you up with a 90-day free trial for Sirius XM if you want to sort of give it a road test for 3 months before deciding if you want to keep it. And then we've got air conditioning down below. So it's CFC-free air conditioning, which is the enviro-friendly air conditioning. It's got an in-cabin filter that's easily reached. It's in behind the glove compartment there. And again, one thing we do when we do our pre-safeties, and safety checks are included here at CarSmart. There's no extra charge for them. But you know, not only oil change, but new filters, air filter, in-cabin filters have all been changed along with the oil filter. Down here we have 3-stage heated seats for both, and then the drive modes. This is where we can select from the kind of normal, sport, or eco modes. You can see the little lights changing their eco mode there now in green, sport mode in orange. When it's in normal, it just turns off. Handbrake, cup holders, nice big central armrest, sort of storage bin, deep storage below. We've got sort of dual illuminated visor mirrors. There's a little switch there, so actually if you sort of shut this sort of hard, it automatically shuts off the light. It's kind of neat function. I like that. Good design. And then you've got obviously glasses holder, individual lights, or you can turn on all your lights or leave them door switch. That's where normally you'll leave it, so that it'll automatically turn on and then fade in, fade out with opening and closing of doors. A little microphone above, so that's what's picking up your voice for voice operations and phone calls. Overhead we have nice big handles, like sort of assist grips for both front and rear. There's a second overhead dome light here as well. Height adjustable seat belts with collision pre-tensioning. The pre-tensioners sort of take the slack out of the seat belts in the event of an accident, so it just makes it much safer. Now we'll finish up here, sort of going into the back and under the hood. But again, in the back we have child-proof door locks, more space and storage, tall bottle storage, nice sort of sculpted seat backs for more knee room, pocket on the back here. Now if you were to go under there with a flashlight, you'd see both heat and air conditioning ducts sort of blowing air into the back, so it keeps everybody comfortable in all seasons. Folding center armrest with those drink holders as well. Of course, you have the drink holders in the doors, just like the front doors. And then anchor points. So we've got for child seat anchoring. They can put those in any of the 3 positions across the back. Folding the seats down, nice and flat with the rear doors, is achieved, you know, in a split 60-40 fashion. And right now we've sort of got the all-weather mats down, and there's a full set of carpeted mats down below here. More storage down below underneath, tie-down hooks to secure things, a removable sort of privacy shelf panel. Of course, seats fold down, this pops out, you get lots and lots of space to fold your items or store stuff. Little handy grab handle, third LED brake lamp. You've got that little spoiler in the back as mentioned earlier. It's a light, what they call solar tinted glass. It's not a deep tint. If you want a deep tint, we can get that done at a nominal charge for you. And it's clean as a whistle down here. 2-liter 4-cylinder, fuel injected but no turbos. You know, power brakes, power steering. Of course, air conditioning is mentioned. Easy access to your touch points. You can see your washer fluid, your engine oil and dipsticks right up top. Air filter drops in here, batteries right there. Nice and clean. And again, this gets extremely good fuel economy. I was looking at it earlier. It's rated at 6.1 on the highway liters per 100 and 8.0 in the city, all with a 50-liter tank. That gives you a nice long range, cheapest gas to fill up. This is a great little car. It's here at CarSmart. Thanks for watching.